You typed a few words into a box, hit go, and a full song came out with vocals, drums, the whole thing. Magic. Then you tried to use it for an actual project, and that's where it fell apart. So here's the straight answer, the one you came for. This Suno AI tutorial is going to show you that Suno is genuinely impressive for fast, throwaway background tracks, and it falls apart the second you need consistency or clean commercial rights. Good enough for a podcast bed or a quick video intro. Risky for anything you sell. That's the whole verdict, and we'll prove every piece of it. Quick thing before we get into it. This channel is sponsored by NBC Canada Inc., and they fix the bookkeeping mess that's quietly choking a lot of trades and construction businesses so the owner can finally see their numbers and actually control their cash instead of flying blind. They put together a free trades bookkeeping scorecard that shows you how much money your business is probably losing right now. It's the first link in the description. Go grab it. Okay, here's the loop I want you to hold on to. By the end, you'll know the one type of project where Suno saves you real time and the one where it'll quietly cost you money or get you in trouble. Stick around for that second part because almost nobody tells you about it up front. Let's start plain. Suno is a text-to-music generator. You describe what you want, a style, a mood, maybe some lyrics, and it builds a finished sounding track out of nothing. Vocals included. That's the part that breaks people's brains the first time. You can go two ways. You can let it write the lyrics for you from a simple prompt, or you can paste in your own words and let Suno handle the melody and the voice. You can steer the genre, the tempo, the vibe, even tag a section as a chorus or a verse so it knows the structure. And the output, on a good run, sounds shockingly real. The drums hit. The voice has texture. For about 30 seconds, you genuinely forget a machine made it. That first hit of magic is exactly why people overcommit to it. Here's where I have to slow you down though. Sounding real for 30 seconds and being usable for your project are two completely different things. And the gap between them is the entire reason this video exists. So let's give Suno its real win, because it earns one. If you need a background track that nobody's going to listen to closely, Suno is fantastic. I mean that. Think about what a background track actually has to do. It has to sit under your voice, set a mood, and get out of the way. A podcast intro, a lo-fi bed under a tutorial, some light music behind a product demo, ambient stuff for a waiting room screen. None of that needs to be a hit song. It just needs to not be annoying. And for that job, Suno's faster than anything else you could do. Walk through it with me. You type something like calm acoustic, warm, no vocals, slow tempo. You hit generate. A minute later, you've got a couple of options. You pick the one that feels right, you trim it to length, you drop it under your video. Done. Compare that to the old way. Hunting through a stock music library, filtering by mood, previewing 40 tracks that all sound like a corporate explainer from years ago, then reading the license fine print to make sure you're allowed to use it. That's an hour. Suno does the boring version of that in minutes. And honestly, for instrumental, mood setting filler, the consistency problems I'm about to hammer it for barely matter. Nobody's analyzing the chorus of your podcast intro. They're hearing it for 4 seconds while you say your name. So that's a green light. Background, ambient, no vocals, short. If that's your whole use case, you can almost stop here. Almost. Because the second you want Suno to be the star instead of the wallpaper, the cracks show up fast. Here's the first crack, and it's a big one. Suno is wildly inconsistent run to run. The same prompt, twice, can give you two completely different songs, different melody, different feel, sometimes a different singer entirely. For a background track, who cares? For an actual song you're building a brand around, that's a real problem. Say you generate the perfect verse. Great. Now, you want the chorus to match that voice and that energy. You regenerate, and the voice shifts. The vibe drifts. The thing that made the first part work just isn't there in the second part. It's like asking a different session musician to walk in halfway through and finish the song without hearing the first half. You'll spend run after run trying to get the pieces to agree with each other. There are workarounds. You can extend a track from a point you like so it tries to continue the same idea instead of starting fresh. You can lock in lyrics and re-roll just the music. You can stitch your favorite sections together in a normal editor afterward. Those help, but notice what's happening. You came for a one-click song and you're now doing audio editing. That's the pattern with Suno. The first 10% is magic. The last 90%, the part where it has to be exactly the song and not a song, is grind. Keep that in your head because it shows up everywhere once you've seen it. Next crack. audio quality, and those weird little artifacts. On a quick listen, a Suno track sounds clean. Put on good headphones and really listen, and you start hearing things. Lyrics that slur or come out as mush in spots. A word the model clearly didn't know how to pronounce. A vocal that smears at the end of a line. A high end that sounds a little glassy or compressed compared to a professionally mixed track. Again, for background music, fine. Mud in the high end doesn't matter when it's buried under a voiceover. But for a foreground song, those little flaws are exactly what your ear locks onto. The closer someone listens, the more it gives itself away. And here's the honest part. Most hype videos skip. You can't fully fix this. You can pick your best take. You can do a little cleanup in an editor, but you can't go in and re-sing one bad word the way a real producer would punch in a fix. You get what you generated, flaws and all, and your only real lever is to roll again and hope. So if you're picturing a polished, radio-ready single, lower that picture. Suno gives you a strong demo. Turning a demo into a finished record is still a job, and Suno doesn't do that job. Now, the part nobody warns you about upfront. The one I promised at the start. The commercial use trap. This is where a fun toy can actually cost a business owner money. Here's the thing. Whether you're allowed to use a Suno track commercially, sell it, put it in a product, run ads over it, depends entirely on the plan you're on and the current terms of service. And those terms can change. So I'm not going to quote you a rule that might be wrong next month. I'm going to tell you what to actually do. Before you put a generated track into anything you make money from, you check the current terms for the exact plan you're paying for, and you confirm in writing what commercial rights you have. Free tiers and paid tiers almost always carry different rights. That's normal across these tools. Do not assume the free version lets you sell anything, and there's a deeper question hanging over all AI music right now, which is who really owns a machine-generated track and how copyright treats it. That's genuinely unsettled, which means if your whole business plan is, I'll generate 100 songs and sell them as my own catalog, you are building on sand. The ground under that hasn't set yet. For a background track inside your own video that you already own, way lower risk and far simpler. For a song you intend to license, distribute, or sell, slow down and get it confirmed. This is the single most expensive mistake people make with this tool, and it's invisible until it isn't. Let me give you the honest workflow, because if you do use Suno, doing it right saves hours. Suno is not a finish line, it's a starting block. Step 1, get specific in your prompt. Vague in, vague out. Instead of upbeat song, you describe the genre, the tempo, the mood, the instruments, and whether you want vocals at all. The tighter the description, the closer the first batch lands. Step 2, generate in batches and treat them as auditions. Don't fall in love with the first one. Roll several, listen fast, keep the keepers, trash the rest. You're a casting director now, not a songwriter. Step 3, extend and stitch. Take the section you love, extend it to keep the same feel going, and assemble your final piece in a normal audio editor. That's where you cut the bad word, tighten the timing, and fade it properly. Step 4, do your final mix outside Suno. Drop it under your voiceover, balance the levels so the music sits below the talking, and export. The track is one ingredient in your project, not the whole meal. Do that, and Suno earns its place in your toolkit. Skip those steps and just paste the raw output into your project, and it'll sound like exactly what it is. A first draft someone forgot to finish. So, who should just not bother with this at all? Be honest with yourself here, because that saves you the most time of anything in this whole tutorial. If you need one specific song that has to be exactly right, polished, foreground, and bulletproof for commercial release, Suno will frustrate you. The inconsistency and the rights questions make it the wrong tool for a high-stakes single. Hire a musician or license a real track and move on with your life. If you only ever need a couple of background beds a year, the free tier and a few minutes is plenty, and you don't need to overthink it. And if you're a musician yourself, Suno is a sketchpad for ideas, not a replacement for what you do. It's a different thing wearing the same clothes. But if you make a lot of content, podcasts, videos, demos, and you just need decent, royalty-friendly mood music on tap without paying per track every time, this is where Suno genuinely fits. That's the sweet spot, fast, good enough, and out of your way. We've now got the full picture on the table, where it wins, where it breaks, where it can bite you, and how to actually run it. So here's the part where the honest call matters more than any feature. Okay, with any of these tools, with Sora, with Nano Banana, with essentially any of these tools that generate music or video, You're going to want to go to ChatGPT or Anthropic Claude, and you're going to want it to make your prompt for you. You're not just winging a prompt, because let's be serious here. The majority of people are not prompt engineers, but AI is really good at prompting itself and building prompts. Before you go into Suno or use any of these music generation platforms, get AI to build your prompt. Work with AI to tweak your prompt and then put it into the image generator and then work at tweaking it in the actual platform you're using. Before you use any of these tools, get a tutorial from AI, honestly, and go on YouTube like you're doing right now and watch tutorials like this one. Here's the decision rule, plain as I can make it. Ask one question before you open Suno. Is the music the wallpaper or is it the painting? If it's wallpaper, background, mood, under your voice, short. Suno is a yes. Use it. Save the hours, don't overthink it, and check your plan's rights once before you publish anything you sell. If it's the painting, the foreground, the thing people will actually listen to and judge, then Suno is a fast way to demo an idea and a slow, risky way to ship a finished product. Treat it as a sketch, not a master. And anything you intend to sell, get the rights confirmed in writing first. That's the whole thing. Not magic, not useless. A genuinely useful tool with a narrow lane, and most of the pain people feel is just from driving it outside that lane. If this saved you from a weekend of regenerating the same chorus 40 times, do me a favor and subscribe, because I break down AI tools like this in plain English so you don't have to learn it the expensive way. Tell me in the comments which tool you want me to put through the same honest treatment next. And a real thank you to NBC Canada Inc. for backing the channel. If you run a trades or construction business, go take their free bookkeeping scorecard at the link below and find out exactly how much money you've been losing without seeing it. I'll catch you in the next one.